Aloha e Nahua. Um, my name is Kobe Soong, and I am from Mauna Lua, Oahualua, on the southeastern slopes of the Ko'olau Mountains. This summer, I engaged in a project titled Utilizing a Rain Catchment to Provide an Alternate Source of Irrigation for Native Flora. And this project focused on a sustainable alternative um, project or thing to do this summer, and I chose to construct a rain barrel out of an existing plastic container that I had here at home. This is a solution to address the problem that where I live in Mauna Lua, also known today as Hawaii Kai, is a high dense town. And it addresses the problem that the overdevelopment of Mauna Lua led to the destruction of natural pathways of water in riverbeds, and natural springs and waterfalls were destroyed to develop this place. The problem just addressed the problem that there's no freshwater access to water native plants to sustain medicinal and food crops. So this rain barrel collects water that flows off my roof from the gutter to collect rainwater. Yeah. The cultural significance of this project aims to look at or to emphasize the akua lono, so the energy of lono. Lono is seen around the world as strong wind patterns, storm systems, thunder, dark clouds, rainfall. And as that rainfall touches the earth, it brings forth life through agriculture and procreation through the aina. And it emphasizes Lono Nui Noho Ikawai, which denotes Lono Nui, Lono the Great, Noho, to dwell, he lives, Ikawai, in the water. And if you can see in figure 3, it shows the natural processes of Lono as rainfall, as the solar energy of Kane warms up the earth and the oceans. You guys already know the process of condensation and precipitation, but Lono is seen as the dark clouds that form as water vapor condenses and as Lono falls down and precipitates on the landscape. And Lono is also seen in the soil as the water dwells into the soil. It brings life forth through plants. So yeah, culture significance. For Hawaiians, water is such a prized entity. It's well respected. It's just because we know that all biological beings depend on water, and water is life. And one olala no'ea ue kalani ola kahonua. When the earth or when the heavens cry, the earth lives. Ola. This is just a site description. So again, I'm from the Ili of Mauna Lua of Waimanalo in the district of Kona on the island of Oahualua. As you can see in figure 4, this is a picture of Mauna Lua. Mauna Lua means two mountains, and it talks about these two mountains, Kohelepe Lepe, aka Koko Crater, and Mo'okuo Kaneapua. And these two mountains are the children of the Ko'olau Mountains. As you can see, we live on the southeastern end of the Ko'olau caldera. And it's kind of like these more low-lying mountains. So not a lot of rain clouds is able to gather around these low-lying mountains. And due to the summer, it is Kauvela. It is the summertime. So it's a little bit more dry than usual. And we're on like the leeward slope, so that is just, we don't expect to see a lot of an ample amount of rainfall. So yeah, this is Mauna Loa, and where that big raindrop is kind of where I live and where we'll be collecting rainwater. This thing goes so fast. Okay, Na'ano Hana, the methods. So again, the rain barrel was constructed from a 15-gallon plastic container, and we just kind of altered the gutters to the height of the 15 gallons so that the water could flow freely. We added a spigot on the bottom to allow the water to discharge the water when after collected. And I also added a screen lining mesh to eliminate debris and larger insects from entering the barrel. And the technical composition was here in figure 5, as you can see, utilizing an Arduino, a breadboard, potentiometer, and an LCD display to display the results of the water sensor. So yeah, this is our kahupena, the results. So our results, this results chart is a 16-day recorded days and nights in correlation to lunar months here on Oahu, specifically Oahu. Hawaiian lunar phases are names that we have. And I started recording on Kane, which is the ending of the waning phase. And as you can see on Hilo, it starts again as new moon. But we started on Kane and Lono. It was just kind of cool to see rainfall on those days. Lono again being Lono and Kane as the god of water. But what we seen was on Kulua on June 24th. It rained and I was able to collect a full barrel, 15 gallons. And Olekukahi and Mohalo as well. I know we said we kind of expected to see kind of less rainfall, which was true, but it actually rained pretty frequently. I started to record after July 2nd until today, which is July 16th, and it's rained quite a lot, as you guys know. You guys been on island as well, but it's kind of cool to see how much water was still present during the beginning of this dry season. So yeah. I also was able to test the pH levels just to see. I wanted to see what kind of pH was in this water because we are feeding our plants, and I wanted to just see what it yielded. And the results kind of just yielded from like a 7 to like an 8 plus, which is pretty good. Alkaline water, neutral alkaline. But we just kind of utilized a pH solution test kit and did that. So yeah, this is our results. We've collected maybe around 40 gallons, I guess. 40 gallons. Yeah. Future discussions. So here in figure 8, this is just the water sensor and the LCD display. Just kind of when the barrel kind of hit full, it read the water level high, and had to take out the sensor. But future conclusions, I really think that this rain barrel is perfect for Lono Ika Makahiki when it's winter here in Hawaii, or the equivalent to the Gregorian winter. That is when Lono is very present in Hawaii, and it's very wet, and we love it. But this rain system would collect a lot of water. I know that probably don't have to water as much because it's super wet, but just to have extra water is awesome. So I think in the Ho'oilo in the winter it would be awesome. And yeah, I think another project would be utilizing the rain barrel and kind of sticking to the lunar months, but kind of recording a full lunar month, um, and maybe like 2 or 3 more lunar months, and kind of see, you can kind of gauge from there like how much rainwater is falling per inch or per meter or whatever in the district of Mauna Loa where I live. Um, yeah, and I really want a larger rain barrel. That would be awesome. Um, but yeah, here is Nakumu, the sources. Um, yeah, mahalo for listening. Meke aloha nui. Malama pono. Aloha.